Welcome to the video journal for firmware upgrade via USB for Enlogic Advantage series. To upgrade your PDU to next version, your PDU should be at 2.0.6.7 version. To upgrade the PDU to latest version, your PDU should be updated with bridge firmware and then to the latest firmware version. Created a folder in your system and place two firmware folders provided. One is the bridge firmware version 3.0.0.2 and other is latest firmware version 3.1.3. To start upgrading the PDU to bridge firmware, copy the bridge firmware.tar file to the USB. Make sure there is no other file in the USB. Connect the USB to NMC and navigate to USB menu and select Firmware Upload option. Your PDU will go for reboot and will start upgrading and indicate as the user can see, BL and RT will display it in LCD display. Once the upgrading activity is completed, validate the firmware version. Bridge firmware upgraded successfully. Let's flash the latest firmware on top of bridge firmware through USB, reassuring the firmware version logging into WebUI. Now your PDU is updated with the 3.0.0.2. To update your PDU to latest version, delete the previous folder from your USB and place the latest build 3.1.3.tar file into the USB. Follow the same procedure as you did for the bridge file. Once the uploading is successful, PDU will go for reboot twice and after the second reboot firmware upgradation is completed. Remove the USB and validate the firmware version in OLED and WebUI. This completes the firmware upgradation activity through USB successfully. Thank you.